is only a test. This is just a test. Had this been a real emergency, you will be notified after this emergency notice of exactly what to do. So hopefully we're getting some headroom here with this internet problem. And this is just a test. So it's Thursday night and I'm just testing this equipment to make sure that I got everything maybe dialed in. We'll see how it's going right there. Mark is with us. What up? Thomas just hopped right on. So I had to go through this whole process with Verizon. Took about 18 phone calls, 17 messages, 16 texts, and one person to show up here at the house finally to check the internet connections and find out what was going on right there. I got a couple of people coming in here. That's what's up. I'm glad everybody's hanging out on a Thursday night. We're all in here doing the same thing. Nothing. So come hang out for a little while. We'll talk some shit. That's what we'll do. So let's see over here on the mobile over here. I got everything is new now, right? So I got the new iPhone, the whole shebang, the whole kit, and the caboodle over there. So it's the whole 14 Pro Maxi Pad edition. I don't know why they gave it that name, but what do I know? Freedom in a box. What are you gonna do? So I got a bunch of new stuff, and I finally called these Verizon people. I'm like, yo, you got to come over here because I'm trying to get my podcast, the live stream going on this thing, and it doesn't seem to be working out too well, and I don't know why. So finally, I got them to come here under supervision, of course, mine, and I had to drag them kicking and screaming. Like I said, 17 phone calls. Every time I called and told them there's a problem with the internet, they just keep telling me the same thing. Oh, we'll troubleshoot it from our end. I go, listen to me. I don't know which end of the horse you're living on, but the end that you're looking through doesn't come out on the other end where I am. So it's not working out too well. So you need to just send somebody here. Send a tech over. Have them take a look at the situation here. I don't know. Maybe it needs 10 different fingers and 10 different toes to get all the steps done to correct this problem. Because the internet, the Wi-Fi, first of all, the computer was working on Wi-Fi originally when I was doing the podcast and everything, right? Because let me tell you why. Because originally the Wi-Fi signal was strong enough to live stream, because not a lot of people were live streaming. That's number one. And number two, the internet bandwidth itself has changed to 5G. So if your equipment is kind of out of date and it doesn't pick up the signal the same, I guess if that makes sense to me. That works for me, right? So everything's working basically on like 5G at this point, right? So when the tech came here, the technician came here yesterday, he looked at the old Verizon stuff I had over here by the electrical box. And he goes, holy cow, this is old. I go, listen, it can't be that old. I'm only living in this house 11 years, so it's only 11 years old. He goes, yeah, but they've had 2 different upgrades and 2 different changes since that installation. And I said, hold on a second. If that's the case, why doesn't Verizon notify people and let them decide if they want to get the boxes changed? Right? Doesn't everybody like a fresh new box every once in a while? You know, he's telling you to live outside the box. But, you know, they don't say nothing. So then finally the tech comes here, right? It's because me, what do I know? I'm just a guy from Brooklyn, right? Who just dabbles in information. So the idea is that I kept saying this to them over the phone and they kept arguing with me. Nah, it seems all right. Your speeds are really high or whatever. I said, listen to me, you're really high. Because it ain't working properly. I'm not a genius, but I'm definitely smarter than whoever you guys got working for you. Because I can tell you it doesn't work properly. And that's not hard to figure out. So the tech came and he did everything, and I had to show him that everything has to be meticulous. I mean, I didn't take a picture yet, but I'll show you guys in the future. But you know me, I like everything organized. It's in my little electrical closet over here down in the studio. But I hardwired the computer now so that the speeds in the internet connection go directly into the computer now. It's not going over the Wi-Fi signal. And it does two things, right? So it's a direct connection into the computer. Hopefully this stays good, right? Because so far, so good. Right here, knock on wood, big bang, boom, pop, pop, Bob's your uncle, Betty's your aunt. And if my grandma had wheels, she'd have been a bicycle. What can I tell you, right? That's just how it works. Let me see if I can read some of these comments here. Everybody's with me so far. Are you with me? Listen to me. We're going to do a bank job in a little bit. I just want to make sure everybody's with me. You know, otherwise, you know, somebody got to drive the getaway car. You heard? So who's driving the getaway car? Tommy, are you a good driver, or we got to get Mark? 5G strings. Yeah, so we got to get somebody to drive the getaway car. Somebody's got to come inside the bank with me so we can do a bank job and nobody gets hurt. And that's just the way it goes. So we got to get a couple of people involved. Kind of like do like a Reservoir Dogs thing, and we'll see how it works from there, right? But you got to have a couple of people. You got to have a getaway driver. That's for sure, right there. And then you got to have a couple of people. I don't know what kind of masks we want to wear yet. I don't know yet. I think we may just go old school outlaw style, just bandanas, being hats and bandanas, and that's the end right there. Or maybe we'll get bandanas tattooed on our faces. That'll really throw them off the trail. But I'll finally get all of this working, I think, and we'll take it from there. I think my mom showed up, so everybody be nice, all right. But now I got the signal working properly, right? So the signal seems to be nice and wrong. So far so good. So I'm going to run through some of these things here before I get the podcast rolling. I mean, like really rolling. And that won't happen till maybe not this weekend. I'll come on again tomorrow at some point because this is working well. So I'm going to take advantage of this. And since it's working so well, I'm even excited about getting to what's going on. So I'm going to run through all the add-ons and the accoutrements that I use during the show to make sure everything's working properly. And you guys, hopefully out there, just give me some thumbs up right now. Do it right now. Whoever's here hanging out with us, make sure you subscribe. That's number one. And I'll throw the button up there soon. And make sure you throw the thumbs up there. And we'll see, because I got some lighting over here. The light's pretty good over here. I just got to light up some of this background on. Maybe a little bit more of the background on this side here. We'll see how it goes. But everything's copacetic. Mic sounds good. I hope everybody's good. If the mic sounds good, everybody just throw a mic up in the comments over there. Picked up that emoji with the microphone and then this way I know that the sound is good, because the sound sounds really good. I've been messing with this, and I've been messing with the streaming settings and everything. So we should be good. We should have a good signal. And I'm watching too on the tube right now too, and it seems pretty good. It seems really good. Maybe the background is maybe a little dim lit, but I'll brighten it up a little bit. I didn't want to make it too bright by putting on all the lights, so I'll fix that with the lights next time I come on here. But this is going really well, so I'm happy and excited about that. I've really been doing a lot of upgrading to the house. Let me tell you something. Eventually, I'll show everybody pictures of everything I've done, but I'm almost entirely complete renovation my entire house. From this studio all the way upstairs, everything's almost done. I'm working on the biggest major project at this point, this coming week, which is I took all the walls out inside my first floor. So there'll be no wall. It's all one entire room. It's just absolutely amazing. So it's all kitchen, dining, and living room all in one space now, which is absolutely amazing. And I finally redid every single room in the house. Every room is done. All the trim, man, all the floors, everything. It's incredible. Anyway, I've been at it a lot. So, but now I'm going to go through the gamut over here, and I'm going to check on a few things to make sure everything's working. You guys got to let me know. So just like I said before, we're going to go through all the add-ons that I use during the podcast, because I got a pretty good handle on this whole thing at this point, which is really cool. Wait till you see this screen. Wait till you see this. This is like go to something and then come back to the main screen again. Wait till you see this. No, how cool is that? Hey, how you doing? All right there. Bob's your uncle and Betty's your aunt. And I'm really digging the idea of all these things, right? So there's the watermark for the podcast, which is groovy, like the Groovy Ghoulies. The Groovy Goonies. I don't remember what the cartoon was. I think it was the Groovy Coolies or the Groovy Goonies or Ghoulies. I don't remember what it was. I used to watch that cartoon when I was younger. Anyway, and then here's the Everything and Nothing Studio watermark. That's all working good. I'm happy about that. And let's see what's going on. And if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe so that you can watch the Everything and Nothing podcast with your boy here. So make sure you subscribe. All right. That's right there. That's the easy one. It's the button right there. It says subscribe. Just hit that right there. And don't forget to get your bell rung. Ring the bell so you get notified when a video goes up or I go live right here like this. Because this is I'm stoked. I'm really stoked tonight. As you can tell, I'm stoked. So I'm happy about that. And again, if you're enjoying yourself, everybody be like Fonzie. Everybody do like the Fonz. All right? And what's Fonzie like? Fonzie's cool. So everybody be cool. If anybody knows what movie that's from, please put it down in the comments below. And that brings me to the next one. Make sure you leave any question and comments down there below. Anything you got to say. I don't know if I'll answer you maybe in the manner you want, but I'll get back to you. So any questions and comments, just leave them below. And don't forget to, hold on. Don't forget to share this with somebody you know, or somebody you don't know, or somebody you like, or maybe even somebody you don't like. Because if you didn't like them before, if they get hooked on my podcast, you'll never have to speak to them again. They'll never talk to you ever again. So don't you worry. All right. Go down there below. You'll find all the links to my social media, which is basically everybody's life right now. So you'll find all the links to everybody's lives in those right there, in the links in the description down below. You'll find everybody lives in social media now, so you know. Just like you know. And if you feel like listening to just the audio podcast of the Everything and Nothing podcast with your boy from Brooklyn, Shannon Ambrosio, by all means, go over there. All right, and you'll see there will be links to just the audio part. Like I said, sometimes if you're watching me, I could be a little bit much. And if you're driving in the car, I'm probably good. Couple exits. You can get into me for a little bit. I'm a couple exits right there. If you're doing a short little sprint over there and you need something to listen to, and you're just tired of all the shit music on the friggin' radio, then just turn me on right there. I don't mean like that. All right. Don't be don't be that. And listen, if you feel like throw a super chat, you'll get a little horny on that if you throw that in there right there. So try that out for a little bit, all right? And listen to me, I got 2 other YouTube channels over here. They're on this side, on this one on each side right here. There's the cooking one. I'm not really posting any long videos, and I haven't even done a podcast. It's been a year. It's been a year since I've done it. So just bear with me. There's new stuff up there. It's just nothing's that long. I don't even think I can hold my own attention anymore. I think our society has become, and we're all guilty of it, has become so magnificently short-minded. We truly believe the footage we all watch on all these social media platforms is that you see somebody put a house build in the time lapse in 30 minutes and you go, holy shit, I can do that. Everybody's like, you see what they did in 30 minutes? I'm like, Listen to me. You know the old failure. Here it is. It takes years to become an overnight success. Years. Years. I don't know how many. I'm still trying. I'm still trying. But I'm excited about it because everything's starting to work again. And that's very good. All right. There's a little bit of a delay, but I don't watch the screen with the delay, so it's not too bad. Otherwise, you guys would be all jammed up over there. Me and you would be jammed up. I'd be moving in slow motion. Not that I don't move in slow motion a little bit as it is. I would be moving slow, I think. That's the only difference. I have a hard time reading the comments because now my old eyes, I got to put the spectacle goggles on right here. So everything's sounding so good. That's right. That's my mom knows the old one. I'm so broke I can't even pay attention. But it's going well, and I think that the live stream is gonna be fine now. So I'm gonna put some more of this cool stuff up on here. Let's go back to this and take that off. I forgot. I'm just letting everybody know the other two channels. You can go over to any one of them there's links in the description below, and you can go subscribe to the other channels too, and you'll find it informative for whatever it's worth. All right. That's that, and I think I don't even know what the train ride is. What's the train ride now in the city? $3 maybe. I don't know. So you got in the Metro card. You can't use money anymore. They don't let you. You ain't allowed to use money. I went to use money today again. They won't let you. They won't let you use money. So I'll get into that in one of my podcasts, how I feel about all that. That's very important. But the idea is that if you're the only legal tender here in this country is money. The cards are not legal tender. A card is a credit system, so it's not money. Doesn't even exist. So it doesn't ever exist. So that's what they're trying to eliminate. You're trying to eliminate the idea of the money, the paper money, because that's the only currency. It says it right on the bills if you read it. And I know everybody wants to be convenient now. It's like, oh, I don't want to carry cash with me. And I go, well, don't worry. You're not going to have to very soon. Very soon you won't be able to buy gas if they don't want you to. So don't worry. Don't stop you from doing that too. They don't take the greenbacks. But that's it. I went to go pay. They're like, oh, no, this has to be done with a card. And I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that? Do you know it's legal? Like, you can go into a store. There's been posts where people do it. You go into the store with your money in your hand. It's not like you're stealing anything. And you put the money on the counter for whatever the item costs. And then you leave. They can't stop you. That's it. It's the only real legal tender here in this country is the money. It's real money. Paper money. It says it right on there. Certificate. It says it. The only legal binding thing to use for trades, for commerce, for anything, for debts. It says it right on the money. And you're not supposed to use anything else. But they made everything convenient. And now these pay for everything. You touch this to anything. You touch this to somebody else. You touch it to them, and that's it. And that's it. They paid. Well, the money, credits move over. Not money. It's not money. We all know this, right? So once it goes to this credit system, you can't call it currency. Currency has to be, paper. You have to be able to crumble it up. But anyway, they convinced us of this years ago. So anyway, we're going to use the digital currency soon. So now you're going to have to throw the super chats up there. Right? Wait a minute. You know what's really going to be funny when they move to digital currencies? All the strip clubs. What are you going to do then? What's going to happen then? And there's strip clubs both sides. There's men's strippers and female strippers. You go to strip. What do you got to keep waving your phone in front of? What do you got to do? I don't understand. How does that work now? Where do you put it? Maybe it's a scanner. They have a scanner attached to them. And then when they walk by, you just scan it. I don't understand how this is going to work. I'm kind of baffled. I don't know where the personal interjection happens at this point. I don't see it. I find it hard. What happens to all the panhandlers? They're all going to be out of work. Wait a minute. Here's something funny. The old panhandlers have to have cell phones. So even if you want to be out in the street panhandling, you got to make enough money to keep your phone on. Otherwise, you ain't got none. You gotta, everybody, even panhandlers are going to have card swipes. This is insanity. Does anybody else feel this way? I don't understand. Wait a minute.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, come on, right? I mean, if you're out and you got a squeegee, right? So now even a guy, you got to get the squeegee to clean the windows and everything. He got to have a cell phone. He got to have the cell phone just to buy the stuff. and then you got to swipe. So, my goodness, that's a lot of work. Look, they're even making people, this is how messed up the government is. They're making people who don't even want to be part of society. How insane is that? Here's the fucking best part. All these people that wanted to be outside the law and wanted to panhandle because they don't want to be part of society now. Once you have no more money and all your credits have to be put on a phone, a mobile device, or on a card, that means the government will now have access to you 100%. So they're going to start taxing the poor panhandlers. Do you see how crazy the government is and how fixated we are on this demonic society we have? It's kind of like, or even all the people that decided, listen, I want to be a bum or I want to be a recluse and I don't want to be part of society. I can move about and still live and get by however I decide, as long as there's still money involved, right? You can go and spend your money where you want. And you don't have to pay no tax. You don't have to go own a home, rent an apartment, nothing. You could just be moving around wherever you want. But now, if they make that currency, the credit actually, digital, that's it. Even the squeegee window cleaner is going to have to pay taxes. I wonder how they're going to do this. What happens to the the women that, they do favors for people, and what happens now? They're gonna have to get it on the phone, and it's all gonna be taxed. So nobody gets cash no more. That's it. You're done, finished. Everybody has to have, and that's how this is all gonna change. So no matter how you proceed to get credits or earn credits for a living, well, just to survive, period, end, because there'll be no more cash involved. So when you go into a store, you have to have something to give them that's some form of credit, that credit to credit. That's how that's going to work. That's why it's so easy, when you think about credit card fraud and bank fraud now, right? Because nothing lives in the real world. They don't have stacks and stacks of cash in banks anymore. They just have a number, and the number's backed by something somewhere else, wherever the hell it is. It could be in denial, because denial is not just a river in Egypt. Denial lives inside of you as well, if that makes sense, right? I don't know.
What's your name, scumbag?
Shannon. That's how they're going to be treating everybody. They're going to be treating everybody like that's it. That's how the government gains control over every soul, every living soul, everything. Everybody's going to have to be earning their keep, because everything's going to be on a credit system, and they're going to be able to track every bit of it.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
That's digital currency.
What the fuck is that?
That's going to be your digital currency.
Well, no shit.
Yep. But, I digress. I don't know at that point what happens. I don't know how many people are going to understand the magnitude of when you actually have to go in somewhere and get something. Because eventually they're going to say, well, you bought this particular item too many times and we don't feel you should have it anymore. But that's that. Once they get rid of the money, the actual money, that's it. Like the gun laws and all that stuff. If they feel that you had too many guns, they just go, no, the little credit thing doesn't work to buy that item anymore. You're finished. You will no longer have a say if they move to a digital credit system. We will all be in a world of,
Well, no shit.
that's the truth.
My God, are you still talking?
And sometimes I can't shut up. That's the truth right there.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Me, because I guess my brain doesn't allow it not to. So that's why the caring happens. It moves on. It goes to the next topic immediately. It's like, hold on a second. I'm going to find another reason now why. Brother's gone to hell. The medical said, now I have less than 20 years to put up with this. Yes, I'm going to get the Goma pile. I got to find it. I have to find that one right there. I'll get some more sound effects on here. But that's kind of how I feel. It's like, it's this weird thing, It was kind of like how I felt because of the Verizon thing was.
Oh, hello!
Was like, hold on a second. So you mean to tell me you taking my money because I supposedly pay for the highest and best internet service and the whole thing, you pay extra for it, right? So you would think if you're a loyal customer and that you get all these things, and if the equipment is upgraded and it should be upgraded to make it work in the fashion that I'm paying for, you'd think big corporation like Verizon would say, hey, they send you an email or during your next bill or whatever, say, hey, listen, we've upgraded the equipment. So I had to upgrade all the stuff, right? So I got Wi-Fi extenders now in the house. I have the router with the Wi-Fi down here, plus hard wires down. So like you would think, they say, oh, you upgraded your service and blah, 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 blah. Here's the things that come with it, but they don't say anything. They don't tell you, because if they don't tell you and you don't ask for it, they don't have to pay for it. You see where I'm going with this one? So, like they said, listen to me. They said it a long time ago. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. So in other words, they don't want anybody owning anything anymore. Everything's going to be a monthly subscript right there. Your cell phone's a monthly bill. Your TV's a monthly bill. Listen to me. When I was younger, over there, you didn't pay for TV. You bought a television, you plugged that in, and you got 13, 14 channels right there. Being if you had the script scrapper on the bottom over there knob, maybe you get channel 21 once in a blue moon. And I'm not saying that television or the things available to us now are not better. It's just more of it. It's not necessarily better. It's just more of it. But the idea is this. If that's the case now, and you can't just go and buy a television and plug it in, then what are you paying for? You ain't paying for the television. You're paying for the signal that comes in. So, I mean, at some point, we all have to get a little bit smart about certain things, right? You're paying for that signal that comes in, but here's the Dookie trail that they give you for it, right? Let me tell you what that is right there. That's the Dookie smell. You know where the Dookie smell comes from? The Dookie smell comes from when they feed you some crap. That's where the smell comes from, right there. And that's what all these big companies are doing. They laughing at us all. They're like, yo, dig this, check this out, right? Let me show you how this is gonna work, all right? So you get the cable, right? You get the package. You come over, they give you the whole thing. They pull out papers and forms and sign this and initial here and fingerprint this. Put your butt cheeks here. Bend over. We're gonna reach in. May tickle a little bit. May not. We're not sure yet. And then they give you this sheet of paper. They're like, look, you're gonna get 4,734 channels right here. You're gonna have everything from sports to grandma's speed racing. And that's going to be $100. You're like, oh, cool, $100. I like that. That's a good deal. Boom, sign me up. Bing, bang, boom. They give you 17 things. Initial here. Sign this. You get eye print here. You get fingerprint here. Spread your cheeks. Cough. They're like, all right, $100. Then you flip it over. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Tighten up right here. Okay. This is a shrink the message. So then they go, okay, there's an air charge, there's a surcharge, there's a multiple charge, there's this charge, there's a remote control charge. Hold on, we're not done charging you. It's $100. It's an activation fee, a deactivation fee, a 3-month upfront subscription fee. There's a back scratcher fee. There's a chair massage fee. It's 1,700 fees underneath here. The $100. Right, that you paid. And then when they come out at the end of the month, at the end of the tunnel where the light is, and you get the first bill in the mail, it's $290 million. And you could pay that off in increments every month. Don't you worry. Well, how long is the contract? Well, for the rest of your life. Because if you want to watch TV or anything on that thing that you bought, you know what thing you bought that cost you a couple $1,000? Because everybody got to get the biggest one there is, right? You get the TV, you mounted it on the ceiling, and it sticks out the side wall. And then all of a sudden, you get the bill, and you're like, listen, I bought the television. Well, the TV's all right, but it don't do nothing without this line that comes from somewhere else. So now the TV people are in cahoots with the people who bring the information in. So then they go, well, let them buy the thing from you, and then we'll just rob the rest of the money from them with a cable. Then they send this little snake of a cable over there into your house, right? And they go, okay, hey, you're done. Like, if you were getting, television in your house and you didn't want internet or whatever it was, or that's the case, you go over there and they drop the cable in the house and they go, okay, now if you want that to work, you got to go and buy the TV. That's number one. That'll cost you a G, right? And then every month, we're going to charge you $15 for a remote control and a box. Just because they brought the line in doesn't mean it works. That's your $100. Your $100 is the line in your house. Now, all the other fees they put on the bill, all the fees and the accoutrements, all the things that you never asked for. If you don't look at your bill really close, they have insurance on everything that you own on your bill. It's their equipment. You're only renting it monthly. Why are they making you pay insurance on it? You see how hoodwinked we are? Do you? Does anybody really see? Or are we just playing the game here? It's crazy. It's hysterical. So that's the idea. The idea is they Shylock the rest of the money from you. They just tell you, well, you want to hang out with us, you want to be part of the club, right? This is the club here. The club costs this month, everybody pays this every month. And then, depending on if you want it to work or not work, you got to pay this side of the bill. On this side is all the money that we make, we take from you in order to have that in the house. So if you don't want that in the house, feel free to have it disconnected. But if you want it, it's going to cost you this plus all of this other stuff too. Otherwise, what do you got? You got nothing. You got Stefan Ghoul. That's all of it. Giving you the front and the back, both at the same time, which is the most ridiculous thing I'm almost ever heard of. But we all play. We're going to pay monthly for everything. And then wait, you pay rent every month, mortgage every month, insurance for all those things every month. Then you pay a monthly fee for your cars, your bicycles, your whatever else you're buying. They don't want nobody paying for nothing. They don't want anybody to buy anything. They want everybody to rent everything. So your internet costs something every month. Internet should be free at this point. Really. I mean, to be honest, right? Internet should be free. It's in the space. And who gave somebody rule over the space? So if they want to use our space, which belongs to everybody, if these companies want to use our space, they should have to give us the internet for free. It should be one price no matter what. No matter what speed. It should all be the fastest speed, and it should all be free for the internet. And that's it. If you want all the bonuses, you got to pay for it. But I mean, that's the way it should be, because it's in the air at this point. It's being transmitted through satellites, through air and space, and things that we, the people, own. So it should be free. That's my solution. Bingo. Because, I mean, come on now. It's up in space. It's in the atmosphere. If you just got to figure it out. That's what we got to do. We got to figure it out. Somebody out there, leave it in the comments below. How are we going to figure this out? Back to reality. Okay, here we go. Let's go back. Let's go back in time. No such thing as the internet. And you had to make a phone call, or you had to send a letter, or you had to use smoke signals, or carrier pigeons, or all of the above. And let's see how it goes. I mean, what could be the worst that could happen, right? Who the heck knows? I don't even know what could be the worst. Right? Or we could be more annoying, like... So, I don't know which one's worse, or if any of them were any good to begin with. I guess that's where I'm going. So you know who's getting the goat today, right? Big Corp. I know, I say it a lot, though. The Big Corp needs the big goat. They need the big goat more than anybody. That's how it works. The government gets the biggest goat of all. That's the truth right there. Don't let them fool you. You know, who let the... you know. Yeah, but they're no good. They're no good right there. All right? Let the birds... My home brewed iced tea. Do you remember the original Nestea commercials? They were so cool. The original Nestea commercials. Remember the Nestea plunge? Summertime. The Nestea commercial would come on, and person be by the pool, and they'd fallen backwards. The Nestea plunge. What a great commercial. Never seen anything like that. I'd have to have 75 movie stars, stunt doubles, AI graphics. Oh, it'd be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. Yeah, it would be more like, just like that. That's the truth right there. I think that's it for my one-liners tonight right there, all right? And in this corner... The Karusha. True facts. True facts. I think that's it. Oh, I got one more. I'm going to try this one right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Hello!
Y'all ready for this?
Come on, that's cool. Anyway, that one was long. I think that's it. How long am I on now? Let's see. How long are we going so far? I can't even see anymore. That's how blind I am. Yo, right there. Mom's threw the super chat in there. I guess she figured it out. We got to... Big shout out to moms. But I said I'm going on pretty long, so I'm really excited that this is working now. So now I could start getting some other stuff up here. I got some really cool stuff that I've been working on, and I'm very excited about getting them working. Here's a funny one. Hold on a second. Here's a funny. This is hysterical. Wait till you see this. But when I do the actual first true podcast, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. There's a testicle festival. I don't care. That's hysterical. That is hysterical. And I have some right there. The original one is in Montana. That's the original one. The original testicle festival is in Montana. But I don't think it's there anymore. I don't think they do it. They don't do the testicles anymore. I don't know why. It's funny. It just is. But you know what's even ironic about it, right? First, you got to have a lot of balls to pull that off. That's... but the second part is, you know how I feel about wasting food. They're, what they call is Rocky Mountain oysters, right? So it's they're bowl balls. They're bowl balls. So the idea is, for me, is, and I know people look at things differently, is no waste, right? So they don't waste any of the animal, I think that's I think that pays homage to animals just in general, right? So the idea, goose feathers and duck feathers, they're used, for keeping warm and making things. I just like the idea of no waste. It's a wonderful thing, and it's also funny. I know it is funny. It just is. But that'll be on the first podcast. And I think I'm going to change up the format a little bit. I guess I'm getting a lot more serious in my talks about things, and I enjoy it. And the second part is that, I started this because this is the Everything and Nothing podcast. So the first part of the podcast needs to be about everything, needs to be about current events and cultural events and things that are happening. And then the second part really does need to be about nothing, right? It needs to be something a little bit more on a lighter note. I think it's a wonderful thing to have incorporated inside the podcast. So it just doesn't always have to be all serious, and not just serious, but the idea doesn't always have to be, there needs to be some light at the end of some tunnels, right? Not all of them are, downtrodden the whole way, if that makes sense. But I'm very excited that this is working properly now. And who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? And now that everything's kind of working and sounds pretty good, which I hope, I can move forward with a lot of this, and I'm excited about that. Oh, look at that. It's just coming up on 11 p.m. So I think that's good. I've been on here for a little bit. I'm enjoying the process because it feels nice to have this finally all working. And working is better than it. Functioning properly is better than it not. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Right? And this is another good one. I like, and I don't know why that comes up too, but I think I put that there. But well, folks, the only thing I could say is I am glad this is finally up and running in more of a consistent way, which I'm enjoying. And I can't wait to get back on here and get this moving a little bit more on a consistent basis, which is going to be great. But anyway, you know what I say, every day's a good day. And if you give a smile, you gonna get a smile. Give a bunch of smiles out there, folks. We all need them. All right.